YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here on this channel, man. Positive vibes only, all right? So today, Smell Good family, we are back with a requested video. I got to shout out my guy, Dallas Hutchison, I believe. He requested this a few weeks back, and he was asking for recommendations for guys in their 20 to 30 years of age, all right? So those are very interesting times in a young man's life. And I have fragrances here that I'm recommending that kind of go through all of that, 20, 25, 27, 30 going on, because that's a great transitional journey for a young man, for sure. So I still wear these fragrances, even though I'm 40 years old. I wear these. These have a place in my collection, but for that 20 to 30 year old range, I think these are almost perfect fragrances for what's going on, at least from my experience. You know, in the early 20s, having a lot of fun, hanging out, partying, you know, girls, hanging out with the homies, full, you know, just moving without a concern in the world, until you start to get up to your 30s, at least for me, when things really started to change for that next phase of my life. But enough about me. Let's get it on with what you guys are here for. Up first, from the house of Rabanne, we have Invictus Parfum. Invictus Parfum, this stuff is fantastic. This is my favorite from the entire line. It provides that soapy clean, gives you a little bit of sweetness, has some depth here as well, a decent base to this fragrance, and it's just really, really good. I love that black soap note. That's what gives that, it's like a heavy cleanliness that black soap provides, but this stuff is awesome, long lasting, great performer. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, this became the brand new most complimented fragrance in my entire collection. I spoke about it on one of my weekly rotation videos. I walked into work, the office was full of people, busy weekend of work, and it just got going with the compliments and the conversations as I walked in. Of course, freshly spraying this, the projection is just going crazy, and it took over Rasasi Haas as the new most complimented fragrance. So this is a good one, especially in your 20s and, you know, even in your 30s as well. I just think you can do a lot of things with this and it'll just work. All right, so recommending from the house of Rabanne, we have Invictus Parfum. My wife is a huge fan of this. Before I started recording this, she was in here sniffing this and is a big fan. So, you know, like I said, these fragrances can be used for everybody, but in this particular age range, it's golden for sure. Up next, speaking of Invictus and Invictus DNA, this is another version of that. I've been spending the most time with this particular version this summer. I know there's a new one that just came out, and we've talked about that with a video, but we're talking about this. Recommending from the house of Rasasi, we have Haas Ice. Haas Ice is my second recommendation. As you can see with the dent in the bottle, I just got this year. I've been wearing it all summer, and man, it's really it's really competing if this one is the one I prefer even over the original, which is fantastic. And I love Haas. I love the bottle styles, but this right here, you get that fruitiness, you get that sweetness. There's a little bit of a fresh spicy tone here, a minty effect that doesn't come off toothpastey or mouth-washy to me. Kind of blends in with what you're getting from the fruity nature of this fragrance. So great performer, compliment magnet. A lot of these are compliment magnets, a lot of them. And when you're in that 20 to 30 year old age range, you're looking for compliments. I know I was. I'm spraying it loose. I'm going overboard trying to get me a compliment, but this is one for sure. You're going to a party, you're going to the bowling alley with friends, hanging out at the movies, or, you know, you're vibing with that, you know, that love interest that you're trying to, you know, work something out with. This is something right here that could, you know, probably boost your confidence as long as you're presenting yourself in the manner that you need to be. And it could get you a compliment or a conversation. From the house of Rasasi, we have Haas Ice. I do know about Haas Black. Haas Black, I have a video for that out right now. So, but we're talking about these recommendations here. All right, up next, a brand new release this year from the designer world, one of the more iconic designer fragrance lines of all time. But this new one here, it's fantastic, and it's going to be suitable for guys who are trying to stay fresh and clean and not trying to go overboard. from the house of Versace. All right, we have AOS Energy. AOS Energy. Some people just don't want to deal with the sweetness, the overwhelming, alert that someone's in the room with the fragrance. Some people don't want to deal with that. And this right here is citrusy. It's tardy, like that black currant in here with the citruses. It just makes it very, very, very mass appealing because you're going to be fresh, you're going to be clean. It's along the lines of like a Invictus cologne, yes. And the AOS DNA is kind of removed from this. I still get it faintly to my nose, but all in all, this is something that smells really, really good. You're gonna, feel away because it's Versace. And don't lie and say out there when you're in that 20 to 30 year range, the Versace, Dior, Chanel. You kind of roll that off a little bit different when you're out and about doing your thing. But this one right here is just a great option for those who want to smell fresh and clean. A little bit of citrus here, a little bit of woodsy elements in here for sure. But this stuff is fantastic and it just absolutely works. In that 20 and 30 year old range, this could be something golden. Hence the bottle from the house of Versace. We have AOS Energy. AOS Energy. All right. Even though it's marketed for summer, I believe, I think it could be year round for sure. Up next, we have our first, well, not our first, but this is a monster performer. It is known for that. This is a classic DNA, a classic line from the house of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. We have YSL Y, the famous EDP. A complete monster. Apple, ginger, clary sage. Just pushes, man. Scent cloud for hours, maybe even days. This stuff is for those in their early 20s or mid 20s or even going into their 30s. You want performance, you can care less about anything. I want performance of something that's going to last me 67 straight hours. Here you go. All right, YSL Y EDP is the beast of the YSL Y lineage. All right, so if you're looking for performance, you'll get it with most of these, but this is a complete monster. All right, fresh, strong, fruity. It's just good. Aromatic for sure. This is something that is going to work. So if you're going to those house parties or you're going to the club or you're hanging out in a group with friends, just kind of one of those vibes, here you go. This is going to get you possibly noticed right away with at least how strong it is. So it's up to you. Use at your discretion. Don't walk in with 40 sprays and wonder why people are side-eyeing you. Keep it under control. Make sure you dress well, groomed well. Make sure you're talking that talk in the right manner. And get you going, all right? From the house of Yves Saint Laurent, we got YSL Y, the EDP. Yves Saint Laurent, all right? All right, up next, we're going to turn it to the sweeter side of things, and this stuff is underrated. It doesn't get talked about a lot, and it's a shame, but for all those, you're going on your dates, you're meeting that special someone, you're trying to kick it, you're trying to create that environment, someone, getting somebody's attention, this is one to consider. From the house of Valentino, we have Valentino's Yellow Dream. Yellow Dream. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but this stuff is fire. It's some people's favorites. And the main note here, with that vanilla and pineapple, is this gingerbread cookie note. Yes, a gingerbread cookie note. And it comes off gourmandy. It's synthetic for sure, but it's like cinnamon, like a cinnamon cookie, like a gingerbread cinnamon cookie. That's what you're getting here. A couple sprays of this, especially when it starts to dry down, it gets really good, like really, really, really good. And for me, my wife really appreciates this. So if it's a night where we just being cozy around the house and we just kind of chilling, we in just like vibing, like on the sofa, watching a movie, drinking wine and eating snacks. This is what I typically wear it for. But young fellas, if y'all going out, I sound really old saying that, Unc D, I'm your new favorite Unc, I guess. But when you're walking out the door and it's date night, you're hitting the movies, you're going out for dinner, you might be going to Topgolf, you might be going to a bowling alley, you might be doing some karaoke, you might be doing some activities to have fun with that person that you're trying to impress. this is one to look into. It's sweet, gourmandy, has a freshness to it, and I wouldn't necessarily call it unique, but has a unique feel with that gingerbread note. From the house of Valentino, we have Yellow Dream. Valentino's Yellow Dream. It's a good one, underrated, and not talked about a lot. All right. Up next, from the house of then Paco Rabanne, which is the same house of Rabanne, we have one of my favorites, man. One of my favorites. One of the top designers and top fragrances in my collection. We have 1 Million Lucky. 1 Million Lucky from the house of Rabanne. But this is plum, hazelnut, aldehydic, sweet, a little bit of just that honey feel to it. It's incredible. This is one that is a go-to for me, and still, but it plays, it does the same thing as what Yellow Dream would do. Same scenarios and situations. It just depends on what is your preference, with your fragrances. So again, sweet hazelnut provides a little bit nuttiness to it, but this is something for date night. This is something for, like I said, movies, or, you're going to a nice dinner, and let's say you might be dressing up for a little something, you know what I'm saying? You're 20, 25 years old, you're putting on that polo and them slacks. You might be going for, going to an event or something like that where you're having a good time, and this is something to definitely consider. All my college kids, my high schoolers, my young boys who just getting their first job and just kind of moving around in the world, got that first car, you're going out on a Friday night or Saturday night, here you go. This stuff is good. Thank God it's still in stock. Go get your nose on it. It was rumors of this being discontinued for a while, but thankfully it's not right now. From the house of Rabanne, we have 1 Million Lucky, one of my personal favorites, but definitely something suited for that 20 to 30-year-old age group for sure. All right, up next, these last two are going to be generated to those who are just getting that first job. You might be fresh out of college, or you might be, fresh out of high school. You got out into the world, you got your job, you have to dress decent, you might put on a little button up, little slacks, some shoes, you're going to work and you want to smell good at work. All right, so here you go. 2 recommendations. Up first, from the house of Versace. This is our second Versace. In this video, we have the iconic Dylan Blue. Yes, Dylan Blue is perfect for the workforce. Perfect for really anything, but when it's work, I think about my fellas when I go to my local Best Buy, I go to my my local T-Mobile, or those stores like that where you go in, you usually see some young fellas in there. This is one that just works. I call it a spicy shower gel. That's what it is. Spicy shower gel just absolutely works. Fresh, clean, citrusy. It's a bit more, I ain't gonna call it mature, but it's a bit more mature than your bubblegum sweet fragrances like your Invictuses and your Hawasses. This one has a little bit more of a spicy element to it, and it's really, really good. So this is for my fellas going out into the work field, and they go do their thing from 9 to 5, and then they go out and play around. This is something for you guys to look into. A classic in the community. It's not going anywhere. My bottle is about a quarter. I got about a quarter of this left. When I first got this a few years back, I was making it rain and making it rain. That sounds so old. Jesus Christ. I was wearing it a lot. Okay. Oh God. From the house of Versace, we got Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue is a great one, especially for my fellas going into work every day. All right. Another one that I recommend if you're going into work every day, you're going to do your thing during the day, you're going to play at night. Well, this is a great one during the day. From the house of Prada. All right, we have Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. This is a classic. This is a big 5-ounce bottle for me here. I prefer this. Okay, this is in line with the original Dior Sauvage. It's a very strong and powerful and maybe obnoxious style of a scent if you overspray, but it's a classic in the community. I didn't want to go powerful for powerful with talking about YSL, YEDP, but this one right here is a much smoother take on the DNA. Get a lot more lavender here, the Ambroxan's pulled back, but you still get that fresh and that clean, very great smelling shower jelly blue style of a scent. That's what you're getting here, and it's perfect. Like it's to me, if I was working at like Best Buy or Apple or T-Mobile or AT&T, I'm just thinking of those things when you walk into the store and people got to come up and greet you and have a conversation and try to see if they can help you with anything. This right here is what I would wear because of how fresh and how clean it is. It's not obnoxious, it's not overbearing, and it just flat out smells great. I still wear this. Yes, I still wear this most of the time. These days, I'm wearing this to the gym, you know, on those lounging around the house days, running a couple errands. That's what I normally wear it to. Occasionally to the office. But you can do whatever you want with this. But my mind went to, you know, my fellas who getting up and going to work, got to be there by 9, off by 7, and then they hitting the streets and probably re-end up with some Valentino Yellow Dream. You know, this is a deadly combination here. I ain't saying layer that. I'm just saying work, play type of vibe. All right, from the house of Prada. We got Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. All right, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. All right, so shout out to Dallas Hutchinson, man, for reaching out, and I'm trying to do my best when y'all recommend videos to snapshot them and clip them and show them like I did earlier in the video with y'all recommending these videos. If you have more recommendations, send them through. If it's something that I can align with and get it done for you, I will. So send the recommendations through. My lighting is all over the place, but don't worry, we'll be fixing that soon. Technology at its finest here, all right, or natural light at its finest. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all so much. All my 20 and 30 year olds, rock with these. I recommend them. Check them out. But if you're not 20 or in your 30s, you can wear these. Like if you're in your 40s, like your boy, you know, if you're in, you know, you're a teenager, 16, 19, you can wear these too. But in those 20 to 30 year, you know, part of your life, it's critical. It's critical. You're probably just starting to get some money. You're smelling good. You probably got your nice young lady, and you're just kind of moving around. Nothing real crazy going on. You're just able to kind of float how you want to float, but you're smelling good and having fun. These 8 fragrances here, I recommend to complement that lifestyle. All right. So until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know what it is, baby. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you are going to get back. Peace, y'all. Until the next one, splack 'em.